Mr. Ginn.
Yes. Chair Huffman, members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My name is Dr. Vance Ginn, president of Ginn Economic Consulting, contributor at more than 15 think tanks across the country, including Americans for Tax Reform, Texas Fiscal Responsibility, and Texas Policy Research Institute. Over the last decade, the Texas legislature has made progress in tax relief, but the affordability crisis demands more action. Property taxes are not just a financial burden, they are fundamentally immoral. They force Texans to perpetually rent from the government, functioning as an unrealized capital gains taxes and wealth taxes paid annually. This system makes it difficult for families with lower fixed incomes to build and pass on a legacy. Last session, despite a $32.7 billion surplus by the state, new property tax relief was limited to just $12.7 billion. And the state budget increased by a record 32% in state funds from GAA appropriations to initial appropriations. Although this was the second largest tax relief amount in Texas history, property taxes increased by $165 million last year from excessive spending by local governments. The path forward is clear. Spend less and reduce property tax rates rather than complicating the housing market with homestead exemptions, discounts, and abatements that make elimination more difficult. To eliminate property taxes, consider 3 simple steps. Cap property taxes to the no new revenue rate and freeze school district M&O taxes. Pass sustainable budgets that limit government spending with a strong spending limit based on a maximum rate of population growth plus inflation at the state and local levels, like Colorado's Taxpayer Bill of Rights. But to be better would be to freeze or have a frozen Texas budget or cut spending by at least 10% given the excess this past session. Use surplus, and then number 3, use surplus revenue by the state to compress and eliminate school M&O property tax rates in about a decade, even ending Robin Hood and having taxpayers pay 100% of these taxes through the state. This should include less spending on public education with more efficient universal education savings account school finance system. Local governments should use their surpluses to reduce their property tax rates to 0 instead of having the state do it. This 3-step process will help the soaring property tax and pave the way for a more prosperous future without property taxes to preserve life, liberty, and property. Thank you for your time. Look forward to answering any questions you may have.
Thank you, Dr. Ginn. Senator Betancourt.
Dr. Ginn, I just want to go to the page 2 on your handout.
Yes.
Okay. And the data table is wrong. Okay. We've just heard and have this data table from the comptroller's office. And we agree on a lot of the comments that you made, and we try to lower collection rates and, on school taxes and, rollback rates and stuff like that. But I'm puzzled as to why I keep seeing stuff from your organization that doesn't use the comptroller numbers, because the bottom line is that taxes levied, all by comptroller estimate, went from $81.888 billion in 2022 down to 81.542, but yet you're saying that it's the reverse. This data is wrong.
Well, the publicly available data, I just looked at this tax rates and levies by the comptroller, was $81.5 billion for 2022. And if you look at the 2023 data that's publicly available, there are 12 school districts that have 0 amounts of property tax revenue. If you add those back in, even including what they were in 2022, there would be a large increase, about $1.4 billion difference. So there's a problem with whatever's available publicly. So this is what's available publicly is what I have here.
Okay, well, I'm just, you guys from the comptroller, could you nod? Is this data available publicly?
Not what is currently.
Okay.
Correct.
Would you all update that, please, so we can get everybody on the same page?
If that's the available data, I will definitely update my data, but this is what I have available now. And there are 12 ISDs that have $0 of property tax revenue on the comptroller's current website, so hopefully those will be updated.
Well, and Dr. Ginn, look, I just want everybody to have this data, okay? Because I see this as a talking point, but I know it's not true because I've just had a presentation here that it isn't. So I want to make sure that's updated. So thank you.
Yeah, glad to see it.